Honolulu officials lifted evacuation orders for Otake, Waialua and Haleiwa on Saturday and closed most emergency shelters as conditions improved following flooding that destroyed homes and displaced families. Mayor Rick Blangardi said first responders conducted 233 rescues during the storm, with no reported fatalities. Randy Collins, director of the Department of Emergency Management, said most shelters were closing Saturday evening. Shelters at Kaneohe District Park and Nanakuli High and Intermediate will remain open for residents who need services. The Emergency Operations Center was activated at 11 p.m. Thursday night as the storm intensified. Dr. Jim Ireland, director of the Honolulu Emergency Services Department, said a Waialua ambulance was overwhelmed by water while responding to a call. The crew helped rescue 4 children from a collapsed house with a police officer before being evacuated by a high-water rescue vehicle. That ambulance, we think, is a total loss, a brand new ambulance. But at the same time, property can be replaced, Ireland said. The Waialua ambulance station was also damaged by floods and is not usable. 2 crisis outreach response and engagement CORE ambulances were stationed in Haleiwa on Saturday. Ireland warned residents exposed to floodwaters to watch for gastrointestinal illness, fever, or infected cuts, noting risks of sewage discharge and leptospirosis. Kurt Lager, chief of the Honolulu Ocean Safety Department, issued an island-wide brown water advisory affecting every beach. We want you to stay out of the water for at least 72 hours until we can keep an eye on it and make sure that the water clears out, Lager said. Debris, animal remains, and rubbish washed into the ocean from rivers and streams. The debris can attract sharks, Lager said. Lifeguards assisted other first responder agencies with rescue boards and jet skis during the flooding. Fire Chief Kalani Hau said the Waialua fire station was inundated with water. The department is making contingency plans for an off-site location to continue providing services. At one point during the storm, 53 of the city's 60 fire stations had crews in the field responding to 911 calls, Blangardi said. Interim Police Chief Raddy Vanic said access into Waialua is limited to local traffic only as residents return and crews continue cleanup work. Blangardi said the second Kona-low was expected to be considerably weaker than the first storm, but rainfall exceeded forecasts. What was supposed to be 2 to 3 inches of rain, it became 10 in a matter of only 3 hours, Blangardi said. And that is what's really created a lot of tension, and quite honestly, damage over the last 48 hours. The 2 storm systems brought between 30 and 40 inches of rain to many parts of Oahu. We have a lot of concern because at this level, because everything is so saturated and the rivers are so full, it doesn't take much to bring that flooding back, Blangardi said. So I'm not breathing a sigh of relief yet right now. The mayor assessed damage from a Honolulu Fire Department helicopter on Saturday. I've lived in Hawaii for 61 years. I've seen post-storm stuff. I've never seen the ocean as brown as we saw today, Blangardi said. Despite what has been back-to-back incredible storm systems that have hovered over us and really impacted our island, no one died, to the best of my knowledge, Blangardi said at a Saturday afternoon press conference. There were no fatalities. The Honolulu Board of Water Supply issued a boil water notice for the entire North Shore water system, from Mokulea through Turtle Bay. The water system lost power and drained during the flooding. We are taking a very cautious approach here, said Ernie Lau, board director. Before you take the water out of your kitchen tap and drink it, that you'd boil it vigorously at least for 3 minutes and let it cool. The notice applies to drinking water, cooking, and oral hygiene. The board positioned 2 2,000-gallon water tankers at Waialua Community Association and Sunset Beach Neighborhood Park. Amy Miller, president and CEO of Hawaii Food Bank, said distributions are planned for Sunday at Mililani Park and ride from 9 a.m. to noon, and at Kaala Elementary from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. A mobile pantry will operate on the North Shore. Anna Neubauer, president and CEO of Hawaiian Humane Society, said officers were rescuing cats and dogs on Saturday. Residents who lost pets or had to evacuate without them can call 808-356-2200 or visit hawaiianhumane.org. A pet food bank will be available Sunday at the Iwa Beach location. Major Troy Trimmer with the Salvation Army said the organization served nearly 2,500 meals during the storm and opened a shelter at the Hawaii Croc Center on Friday night. The Salvation Army will release information early in the week about financial assistance and material assistance for those impacted. Blangiardi encouraged residents who need help to contact the city via the 311 hotline. Governor Josh Green has been in contact with Washington, D.C. and Homeland Security about federal support, Blangiardi said. Blangiardi added that he has also spoken to Hawaii's congressional delegation for support as well. You know, the state's going to be there. The city will be there. Just as we promised everybody going into this storm, we would not let our people down. Meanwhile, 13 public schools on Oahu, Hawaii Island, and Molokai will be closed Monday or for the week for storm-related damage assessments, cleanup and repairs, according to the Hawaii State Department of Education. HIDOE reports receiving 500 work orders related to storm damage at schools, with 42 incidents reported to the insurance for review. The most common issues include roof leaks and water intrusion into classrooms, followed by downed trees, debris, and localized flooding. While many campuses experienced minor to moderate impacts, some schools continue to report more extensive damage, and full assessments are ongoing. Schools and facilities crews used the past week, while students and teachers were off campus for spring break to focus on cleanup and repairs, according to a news release from HYDOE. Kona-low High School, staff will use the time to prepare for the distance learning transition. At Kona-low Middle School and Kakula, Ehunuikai Malino, some instructional spaces require additional testing and clearance following professional cleaning. Teachers at these schools will be on telework during the week. All other staff are expected to report to campus or assigned work locations to support school operations, according to the news release. A flood watch has been extended for Hawaii Island, Maui, Molokai, Lanai, and Kahului until late tonight. Moisture remaining from the departing Kona-low storm and a trough aloft will bring potential heavy rainfall and isolated thunderstorms tonight to those affected islands. Meanwhile, the special marine warning for Hawaii Island windward waters has been extended until 5 p.m. At 3:54 p.m., a severe thunderstorm moving slowly north was located 7 nautical miles north of Pauilo. The thunderstorm will mostly remain over open waters. Prepare for gusty winds, steep and fast-building seas, and blinding downpours. Stay low or go below, and make sure all on board are wearing life jackets, according to the forecast. Meanwhile, 3 shelters on Maui are scheduled to close at 5 p.m. today, but a shelter in South Maui and another one on Molokai will remain open. The shelters closing are Hana High School Cafeteria in East Maui, Lahaina Civic Center in West Maui, and Baldwin High School in Central Maui. South Maui Community Park Gym at 1501 Laloa Drive and Mitchell Powolu Community Center, 90 Ainoa Street, Kaunakakai, Molokai. Temporary evacuation point at Kilohana Recreation Center, 334 East Kamehameha, the 5th Highway, Walapue Park, Kaunakakai, will both remain open. North Shore residents were allowed back into the area Saturday afternoon to assess damage from flooding that destroyed homes and displaced families. Officials lifted the evacuation orders for Waialua and Haleiwa as flood concerns eased. The Lucero family saw their home for the first time Saturday afternoon since the worst of the flooding. Over a foot of water made it inside their house despite it being on stilts. Some damaged items belonged to Jasmine Lucero's late father, Lorenzo, a military veteran who died in 2020. My dad was a collector. He loved antiques very much, and just seeing this is like the first thing I really noticed from one of his, and that was really shocking, she said. His widow, Nan Lucero, was also clinging to memories and items he left behind. I had a whole tub of all his things I had on the side, Nan said. It's one of those things that you say, okay, I'll put them in the house. It's too late now. I know things are replaceable, but it's just really hard to see this for the first time, Jasmine added. This family was among many North Shore residents who were finally let back into the area Saturday afternoon. Many people spent the day shoveling mud and assessing damage to homes and businesses. Receding water revealed the storm's power at Otake Camp, where remnants of a home swept into a bridge remained untouched 2 days after the most intense flooding. A cinder block wall was pushed over nearby. The water pushed a 2-story house off its foundation. Honolulu Mayor Rick Blengiardi assessed the damage from above in a Honolulu Fire Department helicopter. Like everybody and anybody, I'm grateful that so far everybody's alive, but I recognize the fact that a lot of homes have been destroyed, he said. A lot of people's lives are going to be upended from the standpoint of the challenge of what they're going to have to do going forward, and we're just all going to have to dig in. Blengiardi praised first responders and said they conducted over 230 life-saving rescues since the onset of the storm. We have a lot of concern because at this level, because everything is so saturated and the rivers are so full, it doesn't take much to bring that flooding back, he added. So I'm not breathing a sigh of relief yet right now, but I'm feeling deeply challenged on the road ahead. Down at the beach, the water is brown, muddy, and looks like chocolate milk as a result of all the runoff from the rain over the last few days. Some residents remain without power. Blengiardi encouraged those who need help to reach out to the city via the 311 hotline.
You gotta get muddy too, bro. Yeah, that was a bad idea. There's a flash flood coming through right now.
Well, his car will be okay, but...
House. Once upon a time, a house. I hope everybody's okay, but I heard people are missing.